And welcome everyone once again to another edition, a special edition of Marcus Sims Media. I'm your host, Marcus Sims. We like to let you know about things that are happening in the Tennessee Valley, activities, events, special organizations that are making a difference in the world around us. Now, one of the reasons I've been doing these interviews, as I've mentioned on previous shows, is we want to put the emphasis on the power of positivity, uplifting things, positive things. These are organizations and people that are making a difference. So I'm happy to, first and foremost, want me to say this. If you haven't done so, check out the Marcus Sims Media YouTube channel where we have all type of guests on there, local, regionally, and internationally. So be sure to go to the Marcus Sims YouTube channel. And if you'd like any information about how to set up an interview, join the podcast, join the format, just email me at planet_sims, SIMS, at yahoo.com. And if you hear any backing music in the background, I'm here on the beautiful campus of Alabama A&M, and the Marching Maroon and White. They actually have a band camp going on right now. So you're hearing some high school juniors and seniors practicing their tubas and flugelhorns and all of the above. But it's a great thing. I like the idea of a little background music on my show. It saves me in production costs, so that's what you'll be hearing. So first and foremost, I want to welcome I guess I've wanted to have on the show for a while. We talk all the time online, and she's doing a lot of positive things for the world around her, a positive organization making a positive change. We want to welcome to this format Marcus Sims Media, Mariatu Sesay. She is the founder, the CEO, the organizer, the legs, the win beyond Kadiatsu, A Mother's Love. Mariatu, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Marcus. You're awesome. Appreciate
Well,
that.
no, you are awesome. We see a lot of work that you put in, a lot of great things that you do. Of course, if you, I would definitely first and foremost tell everyone to check out Mariatu on her Facebook page, her social media page. She does a lot of things. Let me say this: I don't know how she gets any rest. God bless her, because just between me and you, me and the person out there watching, she just took a nap recently because she's always on the go, 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 go. And so I want to thank her for giving us a few moments of her time. Mariatu, for everyone out there who does not know you or not familiar with you, I always like to ask my guests their origin story. So tell us a little bit about you.
So my name is Mariatu Sesay. I originated from Sierra Leone, West Africa. I moved to the United States when I was 9 years old. I have lived in Michigan, grew up in Michigan, and Chicago, and I came to Huntsville in 2012 to pursue, career opportunities out here. I used to come to Huntsville when I was younger, a handful child. So I used to come here and hang out with my god sisters and my godmom to get away from, the hustle and bustle of being in the city in Michigan. And I lost my mother in 2015. Her name is Kariatsu, which is where the organization name is. My mother, during the Ebola outbreak, I lost her in Sierra Leone. And it was just, a difficult, situation to deal with, the grief of my mother. When you've lost someone, you just don't know how to, necessarily cope with the loss of a loved one, especially a parent. I have been in the United States since I was 9, so I haven't, did a lot of back and forth to Africa. So when I lost my mother during the grieving process, situations like Mother's Day, birthdays, all those type of things were very difficult for me to process because of the loss of her. So due to my religious background, there is something that's considered as a charity. And my mother was a very passionate person about education and, helping children and things like that. So that ultimately is what geared me towards, starting our organization. And family and friends, supported me, encouraged me in giving this continuous charity, which is considered, through my faith, is called Tzedakah. So our focus is basically on education, women empowerment, and digital literacy for women and children.
So let me ask you this. Obviously, Sierra Leone is not a couple counties away. We're based here in the Tennessee Valley, Huntsville, Alabama. What led
Right.
you, as a 9-year-old, leaving Sierra Leone to come to the United States? Tell us about that journey?
Well, growing up in Sierra Leone, of course, most parts of Africa, is a third world country, and so education and health, all those things were difficult to be able to sustain living in Sierra Leone. So my father actually came to the United States when I was young. So he left me and my mother originally in Sierra Leone, and life was really rough. So we couldn't afford food. There were times, where my mother would have to go without food. And, when my dad finally got settled, he sent for me and, came to, just like any other foreigners wanting to come to America for a better opportunity. So my dad brought me here for a better opportunity for my education, and just to, kind of get the American dream type situation with my education.
Wow, wow. So, an interesting thing right there. So let me ask you this. Let's jump ahead to what inspired your not-for-profit organization, Kariatu, A Mother's Love, because I've seen you post about it, talk about it online, or do some very beautiful posts about it. But when did you
Mhm.
decide that you were going to found this organization? So let's talk more about the organization.
Well, in 2019, I was just, I kind of felt like into a kind of depression state where I could not function, and I was always, kind of crying every single time. So, when, some friends of mine were like, you should just go ahead and do Sidica. And I was just like, I wasn't sure. I didn't know how I was going to do it or what should I do it, what kind of charity I should do.
Mhm.
And then my older brother actually came to the United States for the first time after me not seeing him for like almost 18 years or something like that. On his first visit here, this guy was coming to Texas. He calls me and he was like, "Hey, I'm in Texas." And I was like, "Oh, okay, good." So I didn't expect like, anything out of it. I have stepbrothers and sisters back home in Africa. My mother did remarry. And so I kind of had a good relationship with them. And so my brother came here, and he 24 hours later, he was here in Huntsville. He was spending time with me here. And then when he left, he was like, you need to come back to Africa. Africa is home. You have a family here that loves you and that wants to support you. So I was just like, I felt disconnected from Africa when I lost my mom. So I didn't feel like I had a sense of belonging anymore, because Africa and my mother is like a connection for me.
Mhm.
So when he left, he was like, "You need to come home, and I will do whatever I can to make it possible for you." So I was just like, "Okay, well, I don't want to go back home, kind of just to say I want to have fun or go on a vacation type situation. I wanted to go home and do something good." So um, referring back to the struggles that me and my mother went through, my mother was able to become successful later on in life because she was able to be in a better financial position where she was able to open businesses, employ people, create rental properties and taxi companies, all these different things, which, most women in Africa do not have, easy access to create those streams of income for themselves. So when I kind of started to refer back to those things, how me and my mother struggled, how when she was able to be in a better financial position, she was able to, support and help more people. So I was just like, okay, well, I guess that's the route that I want to go for our organization, is a way where women can create sustainability for themselves. And that starts with women and children, because women are the teachers in their home, and they'll be able to, teach their children with the tools that we're able to provide them, teaching them financial resources and being able to provide a way for themselves and their community. So that kind of started the organization. At first, we were just doing backpacks, school supplies here and there, shoes and things like that. And then it just started to the idea started to grow. Where okay, well, when COVID took place, I realized that all of us were working at home, and I was just like, okay, so we no longer have borders anymore because people were working from home, so they can, be in Belgium somewhere and be working on their computer in the United States, or they could be, anywhere in the world. So, and be able to connect with other people. So I realized I was like, well, um, that would be a great opportunity for us to be able to connect kids here in the United States and kids in Africa, where they will be able to, kind of bridge the digital divide because kids learn from each other. So they'll be able to teach each other, different ways of processing and using computers, all those different type of things. Because kids in Africa kind of they don't have easy access, especially Sierra Leone. They don't have easy access to internet, smartphones, laptop, things like that. So we wanted to put this in the hands of the kids and disadvantaged communities where they are able to, learn how to get on the computer, learn how to use the computer, learn about e-commerce because this could be a great opportunity for them to learn how to run and manage their own businesses without necessarily having to leave the continent. So that's kind of where the different aspects of our organization kind of started. So
So
yeah.
let me ask you this. Of course, we know that with Kadiatu and Mother's Love that you're getting these resources, whether it's money or items. So for someone that's watching right now and they want to help the students, the young people in Sierra Leone, what are specifically some items that
Mm-hmm.
that could be that, hey, maybe we have some items we want to donate, we want to purchase. What are some items that they could get specifically?
So we do annual back to school drive locally, where we collect school supplies for our students. Pen, pencil, book bags, and we give every year. We give either a tablet or a computer to our students that complete our 6 weeks training program through Develop Africa, because we want to make sure that we can reinforce the skills that they've learned with the computers. So like computers, tablets, and also we're working on trying to get, smartphones in the hands of the kids. So if you have like an old cell phone, that type of stuff that you're not using, you can donate that to us. So you'd be able to get the kids to be in touch with kids locally here because we want to also start a pen pal relationship with the kids because kids nowadays, everybody feels like the grass is always greener somewhere else. But this gives the kids the opportunity to see firsthand how kids in the US actually live, and kids in the US can be able to see how kids in Africa live. Because I know growing up, everybody was like, in Africa, don't you guys have lions and tigers? And Africa, and specifically Sierra Leone, is a very beautiful continent. There is poverty, but the life and the spirit that people carry every single day is the most beautiful thing that you can ever see. And it allows you to be able to value more of what you have,
Yes,
and
there are
how
lions and
good.
tigers here in Huntsville, just for the record. There are plenty of lions and tigers in Huntsville, Alabama. I can't speak for Sierra Leone, but I just actually just came across a giraffe on my way here. So when you're asking those questions about lions and tigers in Sierra Leone, Africa, no, it's here in Alabama. Do your research, folks. There are lions everywhere in Alabama, and tigers, and
Yeah.
giraffes, and tons of honey badgers and king cobras. So I just wanted to throw that in. Excuse me, Mariatu. Excuse me.
Thank you.
What is a contact information? contact information and how and when is the next upcoming backpack school supply drive? So double
Um,
question. Yeah.
we actually will be at Calhoun for the next their school supply drive that they're doing. I will actually have a table there. And then we have a upcoming fundraising event that for our orphan girls that we sponsor. We sell African clothing that are locally made and sourced from West Africa to be able to support our orphan girls, as well as, support women who have, multiple skills and talents, but just don't have the ability to reach a, wider audience outside of, their local community. So we will be at a few local events, vending events coming up soon. And then we'll be doing our backpack event next month, actually, collecting school supplies, and we'll be donating some locally here, as well as we'll be donating some to West Africa to the kids at our primary school.
An awesome organization, Mariatu, A Mother's Love. And now, how can someone reach out to you? They want to donate maybe some money, some school supplies, some electrical devices. How can they reach out to you?
So you can reach out to us at info@kadiatu, KADIATU, a mother's love .org. Also, it's the same for our website at kadiatuamotherslove.org. And you can be able to send us an email. And also you can reach us at 815-630-6533. If you are interested in volunteering, because we usually every year when it's time to ship our donation or sort through the donations, it's always a struggle trying to get volunteers. And I would definitely love to get support from our local communities in packing, the backpacks to be able to get it shipped to the students in West Africa.
Okay, so we're going to touch on that contact information one more time before we wrap things up. Of course, this is Marcus Sims Media, and we're talking with Mariatu Sesay about Mariatu, A Mother's Love, an organization that you need to get in the know about and support if possible, as we're presenting the Summer of Positivity in the 256 series of interviews. And what a more uplifting organization could you have? Any organization that's empowering women and empowering the youth, especially those abroad. I think that's such a powerful thing. And Mariatu, one of the things that if anyone follows you on social media, and I have to mention this, I have to say this, explain to me just why are you on an omega level of your makeup game? Explain this to me. Like, I mean, if you don't know, it's like these are two different Mariatus. You have the one she's serious, she's uplifting the youth, she's doing this for the women and the children and the orphans, and the next thing you know, she's rocking this real dope cosplay makeup, or next thing you know, I'm thinking she needs to be working for Vogue magazine or something. So explain for those who don't know, just your makeup game is serious. It's sick.
Oh,
Like, let me
yeah,
say this right now. Shout out to you.
thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, well, makeup is like I'm a overall creative person, and if something is in my head, I have to like visually be able to see it. So makeup is kind of like my outlet. And as you may see, most of my makeup colors are of, trying to represent my native country, Sierra Leone. So you see a lot of green, white, and blue. Like my most popular one was when I did the whole map of Africa all over my face. And that definitely was a fun, very fun makeup. So anybody who wants to see that, it should be somewhere on my social media. But makeup is my creative outlet. It kind of is like my happy place. So when I get the chance, so I haven't gotten the chance to lately. I love doing cosplay. I love anime, those type of stuff. So I did my first anime makeup on my face just by just practicing and watching YouTube videos, and then I was just like, I was hooked. I was like, yeah, I like doing, things that are different, not just, beauty makeup, but Makeup just makes me happy.
Right, I think that's so cool because as you said, if we follow you on social media,
Mhm.
like I said, you know, you talk about a lot of great things, but I'm like, wow, the makeup game, as I said before, is sick. I think Hollywood needs to contact you or anyone that if you
Thank
look,
you.
as you're talking the charitable side of things, if you're in the 256 and you know you have an engagement going on and you need a world-class makeup artist, let me just
Oh,
say
thank
this.
you.
You need to contact my guest right here. I think I'm pointing at her right now. It depends how you're looking, so I'll go this way, but I doubt you're seeing her this way. You should be seeing her this way. Contact her.
Mhm.
She's a world-class makeup artist, and I got to find the picture of her doing her anime thing right there. I don't think I've seen that one, but I'm glad that's your happy place. That's where you can kind of have some self-help, self-care, and all of the
Mhm.
above. Hey, we all have our own little quirks. I have comic books, so I mean, you know, what can I say? I mean, but we all have our own little things, right? So,
Mhm.
Mariatu, we as we're wrapping things up here on this special interview, it's a great organization, it's a powerful organization, and it's one that's needed. Kariatu, A Mother's Love, is an organization that's making a difference not only locally but internationally, of course, for the students and the women in Sierra Leone. So, a lot of things we could talk about because I think one of the things I make the mistake of all the time is whenever I speak to one of my brothers and sisters from the continent, I always think everyone is just, well, you know, I do play Fela Kuti on my world music show. Like, oh, well, that's not from my that's not from my country, Marcus. Why do you keep referencing Fela Kuti? You know, so I'm, oh, well, you know, but and I get it. I need to stop it. So it's lessons learned. As and the show I'm talking about is Global Grooves, the Roots Box, cheap plug right there. I know. But yeah, that's just one of the things. Give me a name of Sierra Leone artist I need to know.
A Sierra Leone artist. We have Natasha Beckley. And then one that's actually becoming more popular. He just actually did one with David O. Is Emerson. We have a few, and Drizzlet, he was just actually on the Cypher on BT. So we're getting some artists that are, he
Okay.
actually raps, and he kind of because now a lot of us are being able to be proud of our native languages, to be able to speak our native language. So we sing and rap and do spoken words in our native language. So Drizzleek. He's a good artist to check out. He actually just had a performance at Howard Theater in Maryland, in DC.
Awesome.
So we have some good artists that are hitting the global market, collaborating with a lot of Nigerian artists, going beyond just Afro beats. So
There's more artists out there, ladies and gentlemen, than Wiz Kid and Tim's, right? There's more artists
yeah,
out there
yeah,
than
yeah,
Tim.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are great artists. Those are great artists, but there's
Mhm.
plenty, as I'm finding out. I think that's why I love to do my world music show and the reggae show, because there are plenty out there that we
Yes.
want to expose yourself to. Listen to something different every now and then. You know,
I will send you Natasha's one of her YouTube videos, because she's like a phenomenal
that's a
lyricist.
word. That's a word.
Yeah, she's just like, she's amazing. And she raps like, how Eve and Queen Latifah, and she has an amazing personality. So, and she's a Sierra Leone artist too.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I definitely want to check that out. Mariatu, as we're
Mhm.
wrapping everything up, once again now, could you give us the information on someone who wants to contact you, who wants to
Mhm.
help volunteer? They need volunteers as well. Someone wants to volunteer, someone who wants to help. Spread the word. So give the email information, social media, the whole nine.
So we also would love to actually have those that have technical knowledge and skills to be able to volunteer and tutor our students as well,
Okay.
to help our students in the curriculums that we have in place and that we're trying to develop, because um, we want people that are locally here to bridge that relationship. So I've learned that Huntsville is a transplant state. So we have people from diverse background and different communities. So, and that value education. So anybody who is willing to volunteer their time to teach our students, you can reach us at info@KADIATU, A Mother's Love. .org, as well as on our website. You can go to Mariatu, A Mother's Love .org as well, and on our Facebook and Instagram is the same thing, Mariatu, A Mother's Love. We're kind of building our Facebook and TikTok because we want to try to show more of the kids and their everyday life. Where that's also why we need the laptops and the tablets and the phones and things like that, so people can see how the everyday lives of some of these amazing kids. Come check us out on our local events. We're going to be selling locally made clothes that are made by women in Africa to create economical opportunities for them. We have some beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous prints. We have shorts. Also, if you wanted to support us, you can also purchase t-shirts, which will be able to allow us to be able to sponsor, kids. Even though most people may not realize, $1 goes a long way. It may not go a long way here anymore like it used to, but the Dollar Tree is no longer $1, it's $1.25. So in Africa, $1 can go, a very long way. So you'll be able to donate $1 even and make an impact. So definitely you can reach us through our social media or our website at Mariatu, KADIATU, A Mother's Love.
Right. Set aside those dollars, those quarters, those dimes, and consider donating them to Mariatu, A Mother's Love. Every little bit helps in this case, and you can reach out to her on social media and find out more information, because you're not buying the same thing as a few years ago with your dollar here, a dollar there, but you can make a difference for this organization. So I want to stress everyone to please consider setting aside a few dollars. If you're locally here in the 256, pick up some of the items that Mariatu was mentioning. If not, contact her on her social media ASAP and find out a way that you can volunteer or make a donation. She gave you the email address, and you can, when all else fails, just Google for more.
That's right, Google. We are definitely
right. When all else fails, you can just find her at Google, or you can actually contact us here as well, and we wouldn't mind linking you up for only 25% charge. Just kidding.
That's a big cut, man. That's a big cut.
Right. I'm not taking anything out of any students' mouths, but Mariatu, we want to thank you for joining us here on Marcus Sims Media. It's the summer of 256. Of course, we want to thank the band for playing us some tunes in the background. I don't think it was too overpowering, thank goodness. So that's pretty cool. Right. It's pretty cool. Well, I'm hearing the great band and the tubas and all the instruments, all the brass coming together. But it's a great day, and of course, a great day to support Mariatu, A Mother's Love. And of course, as we want to promote the power of positivity on this format, Summer Positivity 256. Mariatu, thank you so much for taking out a few moments of your time and joining us here on Marcus Sims Media.
Thank you so much, Marcus. I appreciate you taking the time to speak to me about our organization, and I'm definitely looking forward to, continue this conversation with you and, our community as well, introducing our communities to our organization. Thank you so very much. God bless.
Thank you.